And House Republicans are moving ahead with a bill full of key Trump priorities despite growing backlash over Medicaid cuts. Capitol Police say 25 protesters were arrested after disrupting a markup session, shouting "No cuts to Medicaid." ABC's Jay O'Brien's on Capitol Hill with more on that. Jay, lawmakers are still marking up this bill after working overnight. What's the latest?
Yeah, working through the night, Diane. Some people fell asleep during this hearing and another hearing that was focused on tax changes. Remember, all of this will be put into that big, beautiful bill, that vehicle for all of President Trump's campaign promises that House Republicans are hoping to vote on next week, and then the Senate will take up soon after that. But there is still this ongoing markup that started late yesterday afternoon and has continued today about changes to Medicaid. Republicans want to make significant changes to Medicaid to try to get at this number of $2 trillion in hopeful cuts to federal spending, and changes to Medicaid will be one component of that. Democrats have, of course, pushed back on that significantly, saying that millions of people will be kicked off the Medicaid rolls. And you saw those protests that were at the beginning of the hearing yesterday, people in wheelchairs demonstrating, some arrested. Now, these are in no means the most significant Medicaid cuts that some Republicans had been pushing for, but moderate Republicans and even some hardliners on this committee say it is enough to get at this number of cuts that Republicans wanted. But still, Diane, there are some hardliners who say these are not significant enough. They want further changes to Medicaid, which spells potential trouble ahead for Mike Johnson, who again wants to put this to a vote next week, Diane.
Jay, meanwhile, lawmakers are questioning Health and Human Services Secretary RFK Jr. about cuts to his department. So how's he responding to that?
He's made several pieces of news so far, Diane. And remember, expect Republicans and Democrats over the course of the two hearings that RFK Jr. has today, this morning in the House, this afternoon in the Senate, to press him on his changes to HHS, his past anti-vaccine comments. What we've seen over the last few months out of that agency is the cutting of significant programs and the leaving of some longtime vaccine employees at that agency. But one piece of news that RFK Jr. just made was confirming something that we reported yesterday here at ABC News, which is that after cuts and after political pressure in a series of ABC News reports, the firings of more than 300 employees, some of whom were at a key black lung healthcare program at HHS, have now been reversed, Diane. And RFK Jr. just confirmed that under questioning from Republicans on that House panel this morning, just moments ago.
All right, Jay O'Brien on Capitol Hill. Jay, thank you.